Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends controller Build-A-Figure. Finally! Oh man, this has been months in the making. So I finally have controller over here who I'm actually not too familiar with. I recognize him mostly as an Iron Man villain, and I thought the power set was kind of weird, but yeah, he has his control discs and he could absorb people's memories and abilities and use them for his own while draining his opponent or his enemy, whatever. So I think that's pretty neat, and I like adding a new character to the shelf. Anyway, you can see that we did not get a Build-A-Figure piece with the Iron Man figure, but Thor came with the head right over there. Blue Marvel came with the left leg, and then the right leg came with Madam Hydra. Torso came with Speedball. The right arm came with US Agent along with the right fist, and then the left arm came with Maria Hill along with the fist right over there. All right, let's get this figure built so he takes away Bumblebee. And this should be fairly easy to put together, and hope you liked the BAF art, by the way. It's been a while since I've made some BAF art. Hope you liked it. Let's start with the legs, and then, yeah, I put the legs on the opposite side. Whatever, it's snapping in very well right over here. And then you can see we get the left arm porting right in, and then right arm porting right in. And I'll form the head right now. And now we have the controller figure all built and looking pretty solid. A lot of reused stuff here, or some reused stuff over here that I'm not too surprised about. But yeah, I think this is looking like a pretty solid beefy figure, especially for a Build-A-Figure. Not too many accessories, so let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at the controller. So we get a set of fisted hands, and then a wide open hand on the left side, and then you get the control discs on this side attached to it. I wish we'd gotten a little bit more accessories, you know what I mean? Maybe some control discs that weren't just attached to the hand right over there, or an interchangeable head. Anyway, fists themselves don't look terrible aside from the marbling mixed in there with that metallic blue. I've been seeing this since the Ironmonger Build-A-Figure, which was like back in 2013 or something like that. You know, so yeah, it's still there. I wish we didn't have to deal with the marbling, but yeah, the marbling's still there. But I do like the metallic blue though, so I don't know. I'd rather have the metallic blue with the swirls than no metallic blue, because I think metallic stuff looks cool. But yeah, you can see this nice texturing with the inside of the palm right there with the grip. I like that. That's pretty neat. And then you have this side right over here with the control discs looking pretty cool. Now we're going to see some reused parts on this figure, but this head sculpt is brand new and a highlight of the figure for me. I absolutely love this head sculpt, and the paint applications are phenomenal. I love the black paint under the eyes with that bright pink right between the under part of the eye and the eyeball itself. That looks awesome, man. The sculpted lines in here, the paint application of all those lines looks really clean throughout on the face. I just think this looks phenomenal. I am very, very pleased. And I don't even really care about the character that much. I mean, I like having new characters on the shelf again, but still, this just, it looks so sick. So happy to have it. I like it. Again, marbling throughout the blue portions. So you're going to see that. You know, I like the color of the bright blue or the metallic blue. Then we get this piece right over here, which we'd seen before with Thanos. This is actually not the same exact sculpt. I love the different colors of blue that we're seeing right here, even though it's not always consistent, but having shadowing effect is something that I always love on my Marvel Legends figures, and sometimes it's not always, you know, I guess the execution of it isn't perfect over here. I see some inconsistencies, but I like having it. It makes the figure feel like there's more to it. They didn't do so much of it on the back of the figure right over there. You got Thanos' butt, different belt, by the way. And I think the forearms are from Thanos, or the shoulders up to the elbow. And then this is new stuff right over here. You can see the seams right there. So it looks pretty good, man. Not a whole ton of paint, you know, underneath the chest right there. And as I look at it more closely, just having those chest muscles painted like that's a little bit funny. But anyway, the thighs have paint on them right over there. And these are reused Thanos legs up to here. And we have new legs right there for the controller. And yeah, these boots look pretty cool. Again, some marbling, not as bad with the boots right over here though. It does look a little bit cleaner. And then you get peg holes at the bottom of the feet, which you can now see right there, along with some swirling. And before I get into the articulation, I did want to talk about the belt right over here, because this could be frustrating. And I just wanted to get a close look at it, because you can't really shift it around. It's stuck. It pegs in right over there. So unfortunately, when you twist, you're gonna have it get all lumped in the way and stuff, and getting it to shift. You can't get it to shift up to go above this piece right here. So yeah, it's loose aside from this little port right here in the very front. So no surprises on the articulation for me with this figure. You could move the head up that far. He has a dumbbell joint right in there, and you can move the head downward, side to side motion, and good head pivoting. Then the shoulders move outward that far. You want to be careful not to pop them off when you do it, and you can move them downward that much, forward, back, bicep swivel right there, and then you get the single jointed elbows. That doesn't really bend in enough for me. I wish it could bend in more than that. This one's bending in a little bit more so. And then you get the wrist that turns side to side and hinge up and down. It's like that for all four of them. Then you get the ab crunch forward, ab crunch back, and then this weird waist cut. See the thing with the belt? That's frustrating for me. And then he has the hips that move outward that far. You can kick forward, back, upper thigh cut, pinless double jointed knees, no boot rotation. Wish we had boot rotation right here. The ankles will move down, can get him to move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out this controller Build-A-Figure, you can see that he's standing at about 8 inches tall, maybe just under 8 inches. And then just to get a couple of size comparisons in here, I wanted to show the controller Build-A-Figure next to the Marvel Legends 80 Years Iron Man, which I think is my favorite Iron Man figure from Marvel Legends. I'm pretty sure it is this one. I know controller fights, various heroes and stuff like that, but yeah, I did see him fighting Iron Man the most. Then here's controller next to another figure utilizing a lot of the same parts. We have the deluxe pack Thanos figure, and I'm surprised to see controller standing a little bit taller than Thanos over here. By the way, are you guys all happy with your Thanos? I mean, I like this Thanos figure. I just don't like this Thanos figure as much as I was hoping to like this Thanos figure. I still like it, just not as much as I was hoping to, Not like I'm asking Hasbro to make another one. It's just, I don't know. I want to know how you guys feel about it. And then here's controller next to all the other figures from the wave. We have Quake, Blue Marvel, Speedball, Madam Hydra, Thor, Iron Man, and US Agent. And ranking these figures was not hard for me to do. I've had these around for quite some time, so it was easy for me to put Madam Hydra all the way at the very bottom. And then second from the bottom, I am giving it to the Iron Man figure. Not the worst Iron Man figure ever, but it's second from my least favorite. And then up from there is US Agent. So I had to put the 3 repeat characters at the bottom of the list. Not a bad US Agent figure. I like the US Agent. I just have super loose thigh joints on that. It really bothers me. And then next up, I am giving it to Blue Marvel. I kind of wish they went with a different body mold for this character, but I still like having the new character in the collection, and it's not a bad figure by any means. And then next up, I'm giving it to Speedball. I've been wanting Speedball in action figure form for a long time. However, I am bummed out that he doesn't come with his bubble effects or anything, and I had to buy Can of Beams effects to add to these, or to add to the figure. And then I'm giving the number 3 spot to Controller. Yeah, I do like the figure, and he does come with his control discs, so that's something that he has over the Speedball. And then up from that, at number 2, I am giving it to Quake. And I did pick up 5 of these again. Thank you, Xmanny87. But the number 1 spot goes to the Herald Thor figure. Love this Thor figure. I think Hasbro just absolutely nailed it. It's got a brand new sculpt going on here, so that's why it beats the Quake figure, even though I have 5 of the Quakes. You know what I mean? You'd be thinking, oh, why wouldn't you put that at number 1? Well, we got a brand new sculpt right over here, and I think Hasbro gave us all the accessories that we needed for this Thor. So it kind of reminds me of that PS5 Miles Morales in a sense, where it's like they did everything they're supposed to with this figure, and I'm just very happy with it. Oh yeah, and as always, please let me know what your ranking is, and if I read it, I'll show some love and give it a heart. Then here's the controller Build-A-Figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh, controller, man, I was looking forward to playing video games with you, but it just turns out that you're just a massive controller. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button. And if you're new here, I ask you to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, because they're all so awesome. You don't want to miss any, man. Wow. Way to oversell it, Russ. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. This figure right here, I'm happy to have. Again, I'm not that familiar with him, and I really like the head sculpt a lot. And the body mold, the reuse doesn't bother me at all. I did find images of Controller where he did look a little bit more slimmed down, but for the most part, he looked chunky like this, so I think it's an appropriate body mold to use for the character. Again, I am biased towards having new characters on the shelf. Having 616 characters to add on to my Marvel shelf, or my dork room in general, because we all know there's a lot of Marvel figures in there, but for real, I'm happy to have a new character, so it's like that always just bumps them up on my list, you know what I mean? So in that sense, I am biased towards the figure, but overall, it's not a bad figure. I just wish we had some disc accessories to go along with it, aside from the ones that are just sitting in the palm right over there. That would have been nice to have. You know, double jointed elbows would have been cool to see too, you know, an upgrade from there. But, you know, for the most part, I am happy with this controller figure, and at the price point of a Build-A-Figure, I'm going to give it a Sud rating of...
It's not too bad.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so don't be shy, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And again, if you leave your ranking, I will give it a little heart. And if you want to see a photo gallery of images, you can find all that stuff over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.